As always, welcome back to the Coins Alert channel. Today, I'm going to make another video about XRP. I hope everyone is having a great day, no matter where you are in the world. Let's talk about XRP. First, I have to show you this from XRP Captain Whale. Someone who bet against XRP lost all their money. Though, XRP is one coin I would never bet against because I don't trust it enough. Shun. That's also why I don't try to sell at one price and then buy back in at a lower price. XRP tends to start going up again 9 times out of 10 when people think it will go down. We've seen this happen many times before, but the token went up a lot above the starting price of $2.89, which caused huge losses of more than $650,000. The job was worth about $18.06 million altogether. You know the whales. They try to change the market so that it works for them most of the time. It didn't happen this time. That's why you shouldn't risk your money on XRPs. The CFTC is working hard to make it possible for digital assets to be traded right away at the government level. The crypto race in the US has begun. The listed spot crypto trading initiative is started by the acting chairman of FAM. Stakeholders are being asked to give public feedback by August 18th. At this point, it looks like the CFTC is moving forward. I also want to see what happens. We got this from Digital G. A system with 2 different ledgers is used by more than just XRP. Private ledgers are also run by XDC, Xlm, Hbar, Quorum, and Hyperledger. A private ledger is the same as the one used by central banks. The public ledger for CBDC is open to everyone. Chat source GPT, this is where you can see it. Yes, the XRP net ledger is a public record. There is a private journal. The same is true for XDC, Stellar, Hedera, and other names. So everyone always thought that the price of XRP would go through the roof as soon as the banks finished testing the secret ledger. That means it's possible for the same thing to happen with XDC, XLM, Hbar, and other coins. I'm sure they're testing XDC now, as well as XLM and Hbar. Do you really think that the moment when the switch is flipped will happen if these banks are still in the testing phase? Write it in the space below for feedback. These are my thoughts. The bugs we've been seeing with XRP might be because they are trying it at different prices. Also, I already know that XRP needs to be very expensive in order to be used every day. There aren't 2 prices for XRP, though. The price in the public ledger is the same price as the price in the private ledger. They are the same thing. And David Schwartz has shown that to be false more than once. David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, says that $1 million per XRP is a better value than $1. This is not a dream. Coming from the person who made the XRP system. David Schwartz didn't really say that, though. It will always be at least $1 million if you want to buy $1 million house or make $1 million payment. But he did say that assets are a better way to make payments at higher prices, at least if you want to make high-value payments. What does Ripple aim for? Payments of a high value. Why do I think XRP will be worth 5 figures? It's because it needs to be that price in order to move trillions of dollars worth of value every day. Whether it's tokenized assets, the swaps market, cross-border payments, domestic payments, and even micropayments. All of that will get even better with interledger protocol. That's why XRP won't stay at $3 forever, though. It won't even cost $100. The level has to be very, very, very high. David didn't say it would cost $1 million, though. Could it get there? Who knows for sure? First, let's get to $100, then $1,000 first, $10,000. And then we'll talk about XRP worth $1 million. This is from Altus Plateau. He told me to rule them all. Keep in mind that XRP was picked as the main currency for the top 5 US crypto strategic reserves. It's no accident that XRP is now fully recognized and will stay that way. XRP being put in the middle on Fox News is a good idea. This proves XRP is the one that was picked. Why does the US want to do this? They want to make sure that the US dollar stays strong. A digital dollar is being made. Even so, I still believe that tokenized gold will be used to back the digital dollar when it comes out. But Smoke makes a point. Yes, stablecoins are a way for the US dollar to stay strong. The government's plan is to let crypto-based banking systems naturally grow the dollar's power. Now, the stablecoin is the key that opens the door for the US dollar, RLUSD, and other names. But every one of them needs a bridge. XRP is what we hold as the bridge. That's why the US will always turn away from Bitcoin and towards something that makes the dollar stronger. BlackRock and Ripple are working together in a very quiet but very big way. So, this post on X. Calm says that BlackRock and Ripple are working together in a big way but in a quiet way. To change the way money works, they are starting tokenization. The assets, schedule, and people are all the same, and no one is questioning anything. I really think that Ripple and BlackRock want the same things. I also think they're both on pretty much the same schedule. You saw how quickly Larry Fink changed his mind about tokenization. He said that in the future, everything will be tokenized. How is Ripple's work going? It is possible for institutions to improve the XRP system in many ways, which makes it easier to add tokenized assets to it. There are several reasons for this. First, making it easy makes it more likely that people will choose that choice over another. That's why I believe the XRP system will hold a large part of the tokenization of real-world assets. I even think BlackRock will use the XRP system to tokenize assets. It's already being done through Donde. The ones that are going to be added to the XRP ledger, then you start to look past that, and I still think BlackRock will have an EDF as well. Many people believe it will be told at Ripple Swell in November. I think it will happen faster. BlackRock probably won't wait until the last minute. They are likely to want to beat the other people in the race. That seems like it will appear out of nowhere. One day, we'll wake up to news that BlackRock has applied for an XRP ETF. XRP will then take off. It won't happen at a certain time. That's what I mean. Bitwise, CIO, acceptance by institutions that is not moving more slowly. Listen to this. Know that August has always been the worst month for crypto, so it's normal for prices to drop in August. If there is a pullback, I think investors will be able to make the most of it because institutional usage, which is one of the main things driving crypto, isn't going to slow down. And the institutions I meet with are going forward without adding crypto to their portfolio. That's why I would see any sign of weakness as a chance. If the historic August pullback happens, it will set up a very strong September, October, and November in crypto. I would take advantage of that chance because I think the long-term picture is very good. To fix this, he wants a step back in August. I'm not sure because everyone says August will be a big month for coin. We're still waiting for something that might make XRP go off. But I agree. I believe some things need to take place before crypto really takes off. But everyone wants XRP to be worth $4 to $8 by the end of the month. Goldman Sachs thinks that the Fed will begin a string of 325 basis point rate cuts in September. BlackRock also wants rates to go down. Trump also wants rates to go down in September. Is September the month when everything starts to happen? In the event that XRP keeps going up throughout August, we might see a 2-digit price for it in September. Which is why you can expect this market to go crazy if the Fed starts cutting rates. A lot of different kinds of money will come into crypto. XRP is the most valuable currency and rules the Korean exchanges. The biggest market in Korea is going crazy. $500 million in just 24 hours. The hype in Korea is making XRP go through the roof right now, and Korea really likes XRP.